Yeah, we're here off of Jupiter, Florida. We're gonna go catch some lobsters. It's looking a little rough today. But hey, we're gonna go give it a shot. Alright y'all, so we just had some local fans here, so we stopped and said hi to them while Jarrett was cleaning his lens. It's super rough right now. This boat that we're on, I trust it with everything I'm worth. But Jupiter Inlet's known to be super dangerous. You don't just run down the middle. I'm gonna take a path that I know I can safely get out. And then once you're out of the inlet, you're pretty much good. But on an outgoing tide, these waves stack up tight and will put you in the bottom real quick. So you gotta be real careful. So if y'all notice how I did that, I didn't panic. I stayed on the outside, and now we're safe. Let's go. So the buoy you just saw me put out is our marker buoy. The diver always has it. Now we'll hook it onto the bottom with our little clips while we're catching lobster. This buoy is the only communication between the diver and the boat. So when I'm driving, Nick's gonna go first. When I'm driving, I'm not worried about Nick. I'm worried about this buoy because I know he'll be with it. I know I've never really thoroughly explained that, but that's the point of it. We have this little aluminum grapple. You hook it onto the reef. Doesn't hurt anything, it's not doing any damage. Catch your lobster, the bag's hooked to it. When you're ready to go, you unhook from it, pull out. It'll take him about, I don't know, 20 seconds to get down to the bottom. Some people will slowly deploy. Not us. We go straight to the bottom. That means more bottom time, more time to catch lobster, more time to shoot fish. Now, when you're coming up is the important part. I don't really want to get into explaining that. If you want to learn that, you need to get certified yourself. We have our way. You'll end up getting your way when you get certified. But right now it's super crazy rough. Like borderline shouldn't be out here rough. So I need to pay attention solely to my diver's buoy. Golly, he uses a heavy regulator. Alright y'all, days like today is what separates the men from the boys. But I need some content. I've been on a little bit of a lull. I mean, I'm still uploading a bunch, but I woke up today and said, you know what? My subscribers deserve some lobster and lionfish for dinner. So that's what we're gonna give y'all. I just was hoping it wasn't 4 foot like it is. So right now I'm driving to my spot, getting the boat in position. When I get there, Nick will throw the buoy out, I'll position the boat right and go. But like I always say, I'll be back like the electric bill. huge behind you.
Yeah, absolutely gigantic.
All right, y'all, we're up. Was it the most exciting dive? Absolutely not. But is it going to be an exciting dish? 110% absolutely. Look how beautiful this big lobster is. Big legs. We're going to get the meat out of his legs, get the meat out of his head. And I'm going to make something like a lobster and lionfish ceviche. Maybe some grilled lionfish. Maybe some lionfish sushi. So for the lack of the dive, even though it's beautiful, most of y'all have never seen it, so you probably appreciate it more than I would, which I do appreciate it. I'm just saying y'all might appreciate it more. I'm gonna make one heck of an amazing meal with 3 lionfish and a lobster and these big, huge lobster legs. Nick got 3, I got 1. So we're gonna head in and throw it down in the kitchen. We'll see y'all there. Bam! Y'all check that out. So I wanted to take a second and talk to y'all before I go right into the cooking segment. So Jared Nash, I met him. He's the cousin of the Hang 'em High guys and is an awesome photographer, awesome editor. And he captured what we didn't know when, so as soon as I popped up from diving, y'all will hear us be like, what was that jumping? Huge freaking shark. Right behind me. I don't know he's there because I'm just getting my stuff organized, getting ready to get in the boat because it's rough. And right behind me, this gigantic shark comes up and explodes. I had no idea he was ever there. Now to this. So for those of y'all that watched my mackerel video, Andy that was with me from North Dakota, he didn't owe me anything. I just wanted to be nice and have a fan that I really like and respect come down and spend some time with me. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. He actually made one for me, one for Aubrey, and one for Robert. Andy, we love you. Huge shout out. This thing is awesome. But as for this video, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to let Jared edit the whole entire thing. So y'all leave comments below. Let him know what you think. He's taking it his way. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm not even going to judge him, and I'm not going to sit over his shoulder. I hope y'all enjoy it. Now let's get to the kitchen and get it cooking. This is why we're here. And check out how awesome this cutting board is that Mookie Barnes made me. I even got one with the lionfish. So I've got the best meal ever. I'm rested. I can smell it. I daydreamed about it while I was taking me a nap. Now I'm gonna do it. We're gonna take this big whole lobster, split him right down the middle. Just like that. That was the easy part though. Anybody that's ever cleaned lobsters knows that's the easy part. And here's where you better have a good knife. Woo, cut through it pretty good, I'm gonna tell you that. Now that brown colored stuff is his blood, because I had him on a cooler. Alright, so once I got it split in half, took all the guts out. Obviously I didn't do that on camera. Obviously YouTube don't like blood. So I just figured I'd get it cleaned up for you before I showed you it again. So here's the tail. I'm going to actually cook 2 complete different dishes in this here video. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 completely different dishes in this one video. Come over here to this pot right here. So in this pot, I'm going to put the lobster. I've got coconut milk, half and half, some butter, some ginger, and some garlic. I didn't show you all the whole step just because I'm trying to get everything in order so it goes a lot smoother. Now this is actually a can cooker, and it cooks like a pressure cooker, which means it cuts a lot of the cooking time out that normally would take forever. I want all that meat and juices out of that head because that's going to be a lobster head soup. I'm going to use some of the meat, but then here's the most important part, and the part that I'm most excited about. I've got some bacon. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do with this bacon. So sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. I'm going to see if I can't get this meat. I might have to poach it, but I might not have to. We'll see if we get lucky or not. I think we're going to have to poach it. So when you're cleaning a lobster, if he was ready to molt, which is same thing as shedding, his meat will come right out. If he's not, it's sort of hard to get it to come out. But that's what I'm looking for, is this big chunk right here. And here's where the magic begins. A little bit of Lowry's garlic salt, about that much. Got my bacon laid out. I wanted to cook the bacon a little bit before I started cooking the lobster, because I don't want this lobster to be cooked so much that it's just like rubber. I'm going to wrap it up just like this. Nice and tight. And put it right there. We're making bacon wrapped lobster with asparagus in lobster head soup. It's time to doctor this bad boy up. Now, y'all seen me, for those of y'all that watch my channel a lot, you've seen me do a lot of lionfish. And I do it really quick because I'm confident and I'm not scared of the barbs, but I definitely respect them. I always try to go this way, because if you go that way, their spines won't hook you. If you try to come back this way, they'll wreck you. Look at that lionfish. And here's one other awesome fish that you'll rarely ever see anybody cook. It's a squirrel fish. Now, so while I was diving, Jared got seasick. Jared's behind the camera. Y'all are going to get to know Jared really well. Nick dropped down some rods and caught 2 squirrel fish, and I'm like, don't throw them bad boys away. We're going to cook them. So the last time I ate one of these, I was about 17 years old. Robert Deer Meat for Dinner owned a fish market, and we used to buy them from the fishermen. And the people in West Palm loved them. So we're going to cook it up. Just like any other fish, you got to get that knife in there and get it started. These squirrel fish have crazy barbs on their gills. I mean, that would hurt you if it got in. And they actually have a poison too. I don't think it's quite as bad as a lionfish, but it's bad. It even hurts to try to cut. Ow! Try to cut right there. So these squirrel fish live in the reefs, and you see them all the time when I'm lobstering. And you catch them quite often too when you're fishing for yellowtails or whatever on the bottom. But their scales are as hard as anything you'll clean. Look at that. That's a good looking piece of meat. All right, I'm going to clean everything up and show you all the next process real soon. All right, I just got done cleaning half of everything we're going to cook because I've already put it in one dish. This I'm going to save for another dish. But all these little chunks of the bloodline and bones, let's go feed to the crab and the jack. Now, the jack out of nowhere became pretty friendly. Oh, until I slammed the lid. Watch him eat like this. Boom. He's like my bud. Let's see if he'll eat off the stick. Watch this. Ooh. You hungry? So we have the lionfish and the squirrel fish all cut up like this. I'm going to make a ceviche but not like a crazy full of ingredients ceviche. I want it to be plain so you can taste everything and you can actually taste the meat. Do it just like this, cut everything up real small, about 1/2 inch chunks, some maybe more. Put it in there just like that. Take a lemon. Always take your fingers and hold them like that so the seeds don't get in there. See how the seeds are caught, like straining? I'm also going to take 1 or 2 limes, squeeze them in there. Limes don't have the seeds that lemons do. And lime gives it that really, really unique flavor that most people love about ceviche. So a different way of putting the lime in there is you can take this spoon and just start digging into it. And that way you can get some chunks of the pulp. I love the pulp of a lime. I'm also going to add a little bit of onion and a little bit of avocado. Now I know most of y'all that love ceviche are wait, what? Why avocado? Because I like avocado. I'm cooking, it's my kitchen, and all I got to feed is Jared tonight, so hey, you better like it or leave it. Just like that. Take the avocado. Squeeze that out. Pop that seed out. And I'll literally just start cutting into it like this. You've seen me do this in other videos. You don't want to cut through that skin because you'll lose a finger. I'm going to cut it in squares. Now this eliminates getting it all out on the counter and just nasty and messy. I'll take this spoon. And now look, it's already cut up. Just like that. Take it and stir it up to where everything now has lemon and lime on it. Probably going to add a little bit more lemon and lime, a little bit of salt and pepper, but we'll come back to that. Alright, the little lobster bacon roll is done. Y'all look at that. Now if I would have wrapped it in bacon and cooked it all at once, the bacon and the lobster would be done. Now the lobster's just right. But can y'all smell it? Whoa. Y'all watch this. I'm going to experiment. I was going to do something totally different with this, but I thought sushi roll all of a sudden. Soy sauce, wasabi, ginger, and we're going to see if this won't play out. It might work, but if it doesn't, what have we lost? Absolutely nothing. I've got the lobster about medium rare, meaning it ain't cooked all the way through, it's just right. Y'all hear that can cooker? It's screaming that it's done. We're just going to make a mess right up in here in my kitchen. Right now, right here. Gonna take a fork since we don't have chopsticks. Take a little bit of wasabi. A little bit of this right here. Look at that. Holy cow, that's undescribably good. Here's his debut, Jared Nash.
I'm ready.
Look at that, though. Oh, it's messy, it doesn't make sense, but it's Bluegabe style, and we're experimenting. He bit off more than he could chew. How good is that, though?
That's indescribable. That is absolutely indescribable. That's amazing. Holy moly. With the soy sauce.
Wasabi, ginger.
Oh, I can never, yeah, I would have never thought to put soy sauce on lobster. but that's just better than I could ever describe.
That's what I'm talking. What I just did in the kitchen is what everybody should try to do. I had a thought, I had a plan, I put it together, and it's really messy and it doesn't really make sense, but the flavors make sense, and that's the most important part. So now, the next time I do it, I'll have a little bit better plan. I know now how to keep it together. I know what I need to do to keep it together. I'm going to use thicker bacon next time, and I'll probably cook it all wrapped up in one with toothpicks, hotter on the outside, like a broil style. Yo, this right here, let me take one more bite because I got to get to finishing this lobster head soup. It's just like a sushi roll, but once I cut it, it just turns sloppy. That doesn't matter. It's going to the same place, whether it looks sloppy or not. Y'all check out this pasta. I'll show you what it is right over there because I have the box. I don't know what it's really named, but I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I took the lobster heads out, kept what's edible on the head, put the pasta in there. Here's some of the lobster meat that we didn't use in the bacon wrap dish. Here's some onions that I dropped a few. I'm going to stir that up. Now it's got all the meat and the little chunks and the fat out of the head, the juices, the taste buds, everything you can imagine is in that pot. Let it cook for maybe, I don't know, 8 minutes. Let those little lobster chunks finish up and it's going to be done. And I'm going to make a bowl of it, and you could almost freak your kids out. You can stick this in the bowl like there's a big bug coming out. The whole point of this video is to show you just a couple new ideas on how to cook lobster. If you're fortunate enough to be from Florida where you can get them all the time, you almost run out of ideas and ways to cook them. So I'm always thinking of new ideas. This is one of them, and you've already seen the other one. Now this soup was all with just one lobster and not even the entire tail. So one lobster has made us 2 meals, and we're just getting started. Y'all, everything makes sense now. I just spent 45 minutes in the kitchen, just things going everywhere. But it all boils down to this. A big bowl of lobster head soup and some amazing ceviche. I actually found those 2 little chunks of pufferfish, and they're one in each bowl. But first, I just remembered I got to say the blessing, and then we're going to dig into that ceviche. All right. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this food. Thank you for allowing us to get out in that rough ocean and get back safe. Thank you for dying on the cross to forgive us of our sins. Amen. Now it's time to dig in. So this is really just a big mess of food that I enjoy to eat. It doesn't make sense. One's sweet, one's salty and sour. But that's just how I do it. Nothing has to make sense. As long as you're enjoying life, having fun, and eating good food, who cares about the rest? This can be hot. Let me get this pasta. Keep rolling. At our grocery store here in Stuart, Florida, they sell it in like the Asian food section with like the soy sauce. It's like $3. That is such a good pasta. It's insane. But we need to sit here and eat this amazing meal. It tastes super good. It's super fresh, super clean. I'm going to get to know Jared a little bit more over dinner. We will see y'all next time. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for subscribing. I even had a guy say it because I didn't realize I was saying it. I'm like, thanks for subbing, thanks for subscribing. I'm just trying to thank y'all for everything. But until next time, like Jake always says, we're getting the heck out of shape and we're getting up out of here. See y'all.